Happy Saturday. Wilmington, Ohio, Clinton County, 45177. So, I'm going to touch with you a little bit about my bank case and some of the dynamics that's been revealed to me, and a little reminder from a Lebanon lawyer who's keeping an eye on some of this stuff. Thank you, by the way. So it's brought to my attention, Tony, your bank case is concerning the bank is going before the 12th District Court of Appeals, is it not? It is. And he says, Mr. Thomas, go to Judge Rudduck's Board of Conduct hearing page on the Ohio Professional Board of Conduct webpage, which you can also find. You go to the Ohio Professional Board of Conduct, go down to cases on the left-hand side, then you proceed to the second, possibly third page, and about 2 or 3 degenerates down, you'll see Mr. Rudduck. Then, once you click into that, you'll go down into speculations. Speculations is where you will find the love letters of, I think, almost every 12th District Court of Appeal judge, I believe. So, how do you think, well, do you believe, should I worry? So, I think there's 3 or 4 judges who wrote love letters. I call them love letters. Get offended all you want. I don't care, because this is going somewhere other than the state of Ohio, as I've plainly explained. But thank you so much for pointing this out. And so then we will see that they all wrote character letters for the very judge for which I am putting in high scrutiny and high suspicion. And rightfully so, because I'm not the only one. So is other attorneys. So imagine my case at the state level here concerning a lawyer who is the board president, Paul Revelson, who is a liar, and concerning a judge, John W. Rudduck, who is also a liar. And then you've got 4 judges who are looking at the character of this individual and also reading the board page and then throwing love letters at someone who is a liar. Okay, yeah. Don't worry not. Worry not. I've proceeded appropriately in what I needed to do. But then there is this is kind of skipping off the bank case for a moment. First and foremost, I thank God to have veterans such as Jim Alcorn and Jeff Rollins at our county VSO. However, I am a little concerned about the individual from which they've named president of that association, and I'll tell you why. Because it's not only now been one individual who knows this gentleman's father, who knew my mother, a lady to which I respect with utmost high regard, states to me, said, Mr. Thomas, do you realize that man doesn't believe, that questions your disability? He doesn't believe that you gained disabilities through your military service or questions them. Let that sink in. But what else did I find on this speculation page? Well, it would be a articulated love letter from Mr. Hopkins to the Board of Conduct concerning his great gratitude and respect for the liar. Now, imagine a bunch of people coming to the aid of a liar. I mean, and here's the thing. You're not going to spend that much time around an individual and not know and see at some point something ain't right. So I would caution, and thank God again for Mr. Alcorn and Mr. Rollins, because that is your level of defense. But I did take proper measures and restrict Mr. Hopkins from anything concerning myself, and I would probably do the same if I were you and a veteran in the county of Clinton, because any individual who is tasked. And they would even have that thought process, in which, by the way, Mr. Hopkins, if you, sir, would like to hold hands with me and go to one of my 9 doctors and have them sit down, you know what? Fuck you. That's what I got. So I bring that up because Mr. Alcorn posted something on Facebook where someone put in the suggestion box or something. I don't know what it was, that was doing the same with him. Hey, you're walking around. You're participating in this and that, and you have a service animal, and you shouldn't be parking in handicapped spots. You know what? It's a very disgusting. I would trade places with most of you. I would. Trust me when I tell you that. I don't have to prove shit to anybody, and the idea that I'm bringing this up is simply to make you all aware of exactly what sits as a president of the county VSO board and the mentality of that individual. So you take it for what it's worth. But any individual who is tasked with helping people who served their country and became maimed or harmed, and first of all, not only the VA granted that, but all my civilian doctors did as well, because of what is wrong with me. And am I going to sit here and spill it open? No, I'm not. I don't know anyone's shit, but I can tell you right now, 16 pills a day is not fun. At my age, having to have oxygen at my age, I'm not a smoker. I did smoke a lot of weed when I was a kid, but it's not because of that, because my lungs are pretty good. And if you can imagine undergoing open heart surgery and being awake for it, it's called anesthesia awareness. That's just a piece of it. And not sleeping, recorded for about 7 years. So imagine being awake and you're hearing, and you're hearing the doctors, and all of a sudden you hear a saw crank up, and it starts cutting into your fucking chest, and you feel it, and you can't say anything, can't move. Your eyes are full of salve or blocked and covered up. You just have to sit there and take it. And then you wake up relatively violent, which is what I did. I was leaving that fucking place. I was pulling the hoses out of my mouth, which that's on recording as well. But if you can imagine, and that's just one little piece of the terror that I went through based upon military service injuries. We can go into both shoulders, both knees, spine, 11 levels, 3 already surgically worked on us, 7 left. I can continue on and on and on, but again, would I trade places with most of you? I would. So it pains me. It does, to know that there's a piece of shit like that sitting, and I say piece of shit because then when I make the connection, when I was looking through those love letters and I saw his. And then I see the way where he sit and watch this happen. And might I add, bailiffs have the authority and the ability to make grievances, to report wrongdoings when they see them. And I will tell you, to sit and watch another veteran criminally lose his home while sitting there and watching and doing not a fucking thing, but then go on social media and praise that judge. There you go, buddy. I again, if you're a veteran and you live in the county of Clinton, my personal suggestion: block that man from your file completely. I would. That's just me, because that type of mentality. You know what? I bet you there are people that walk in to that office that Jeff and Jim maybe don't think too fond of. But you know what? They sit there and they do everything they can for that man or that woman, regardless. But for a president to then go out into the general public and state that about another veteran, well, his buddy aided in the homelessness of one by criminal conduct. And you're going to see that. I've already proved it, haven't I? Birds of a feather indeed do flock together. Semper Fi, God bless.